bà từ bốn con nâng riêng này ấy hayต่อมาទៀតនឹងច្រៀងជាក្រុមបាទសូមស្វាគមន៍ដល់ប៉ា Peter ទាំងអស់គ្នា
Cartoon song, the title, snow, man, snow. Cambodia, we have no snow. Just the greater, yeah. At least this song. Snow, man. We're surfing in the air. We are swimming in the frozen sky. We are drifting over ice. Mountain floating by. Now we're walking. We are walking in the air. We are floating in the moonlight sky. People far below are sleeping as we fly. I'm holding very tight. I'm right in the midnight blue. I'm finding I can fly so high above with you. Far across the bar, the village go by light. I dream, the river and the hill, the forest and the stream. Children gaze, open mouths, taken by surprise. Nobody down below believe their eyes. We are surfing in the air, we are swimming in the frozen sky. We are drifting over ice, mountain floating by. Suddenly, snowing low on an ocean deep, rousing up a mighty monster from his sleep. We are walking in the air, we are dancing in the midnight sky, and everyone who sees us greet us. We fly.
my Mary, gather round her, my dear lady, straight to blue the water, dying and dusty, painted on the sky, misty take of moonshine, beauty of my eye, country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. I hear her voice from on Ozzy call me. Daddy, reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get that feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country road, take me home to the place so I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road, country road, take me home to the place so I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road, take me home, country road, take me home, country road.
Bảo cún ấy tiệt đài ở cún đo krom sầm đài bao nhiêu đong tiết bà dương có toàn tên là ngay bị ca sầm đài đấy ngàyนี้คือmiền ca sầm đài bị xe chia lẽ cái đạo mình này ấy màคือสมสวากุมกันยาสไลนาวตัวออกเนี่ยมาดาราประจำหปอนครูซาบ่ยัง
Blessing sister. Dục mình nơ na nhớ nhầm đằng ôn, cứ sro mi suôn ôn khởi nhớ nhầm, khăn đai cái điết na grau pling rồi lầm. Chinh song khâm tha mình prot lia, dục mình nhớ nhầm xăm đầy cọp ai, thả ôn hái thái tiếng bọn xanh cha, ôn chưa hái bong lu son song kha, chưa tha sna ha ring song nhớ nhầm, ngày mi mình địch bong sờ bồn petra. Song khâm dục mình khởi vào nhớ nhầm nhớ nhầm tiết từ ơi ngày ninh nô na nhớ nhầm đằng ôn bà promise muốn lên nhớ nhầm hai nhớ nhầm chiếc mây nạp rò lần ơi ยตราไงนี่น้อนาอ้อยออกสังคมยบมันเคยบอกย้อยยำย้อยยำเตี้ยเต่เป่เอ้ยไงนี่โนนาย้อยยำดังอ้อนบ่าวโปรมิสงวนเลยย้อยยำให้ย้อยยำเจี๊ยบไม่น่าโปรลังเอ้ยโอนรองจำให้จำบอกย้อยยำ
ว้าวបាទអរគុណច្រើនបាទជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតផ្ទះដៃអរគុណដល់កញ្ញាស្រីណាវទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទជំរាបពោពេញទៅដោយទឹកដមបាទអញ្ចឹងបន្តទៅនេះគឺយើងសូមចូលរួមទស្សនានៅ Peace TV បាទដែលនឹងបង្ហាញនៅសកម្មភាពផ្សេងស្រីណាវជួយបិទនេះមួយបាទសកម្មភាពផ្សេងរបស់ចលនារបស់យើងបាទសូមចូលរួមទស្សនាដោយរីករាយទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទ
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of HJ Global News. It is said, and we agree, that human rights come neither from a government nor from other people, but from God. Freedom of religion is a key universal human right. On November 12th, the Conference of Hope for the Realization of a Heavenly Unified World was held to discuss the importance of safeguarding religious freedom as a fundamental human right for all people. In this week's HJ Global News, we will report on the Conference of Hope and share some interesting news from various locations around the world. A Conference of Hope for the Realization of a Heavenly Unified World discussing religious freedom as the basis of universal human rights was held in the presence of world peace leaders from more than 100 countries, representatives of the Japanese Family Federation and supporters of religious freedom. The conference was co-hosted by Think Tank 2022 and the Washington Times Foundation. The program began with a performance by the Han Dance Company, which expressed the world's efforts to protect religious freedom. In their welcoming remarks, Yoon Young-ho, chairman of the Think Tank 2022 Forum Initiative, and Tom McDevitt, chairman of the board of directors of the Washington Times, explained the significance of the conference.
존경하는 지도자 여러분, 오늘날 세계 인권 선언의 직접적 동인이 되었던 미국 독립선언문은 이렇듯 개인의 신앙의 자유를 찾아 나왔던 생생한 역사적 사실과 그 체험에 기초를 두고 있습니다. 그렇게 1948년 유엔 총회에서 만장일치로 채택된 세계 인권선언 역시 인간의 수많은 인권 가운데 종교의 자유, 바로 종교의 자유에 기초한 인권을 가장 강조하고 있습니다.
The Washington Times Foundation and Think Tank 2022 are proud to convene this Conference of Hope for Universal Rights and Religious Freedom. The Conference of Hope will highlight human rights issues around the world as part of the missions of the Washington Times Foundation and Think Tank 2022, which is a Korean Peninsula reunification initiative that's truly innovative. We want to promote peace and security globally, especially in Korea and the Pacific Rim. The highlight of the conference today will be the introduction and adoption of the Declaration on the Universal Value of Religious Freedom.
Cardinal Calvin Felix, who is at the forefront of efforts for religious harmony and solidarity, and Bishop Luison Mabila, the head chaplain of the African Union, then delivered congratulatory remarks.
Pope Francis said, Religious freedom is a fundamental right which shapes the way we interact socially and personally with our neighbors whose religious views differ from our own.
This is not only a gift, it is also a task entrusted to us.
There followed a beautiful choral peace performance by the Little Angels of Korea, the first keynote speakers representing the political sphere and addressing the topic of universal human rights were Mike Pompeo, the 70th US Secretary of State, and Newt Gingrich, the 50th Speaker of the US House of Representatives.
Religious liberty is at the center of what this very organization is doing today. Bless you all for holding this particular gathering on this particular topic.
This movement has been strongly supporting Japan's freedom, prosperity, and its role as a leader for peace and security. Various bad things have been said about the Victory Over Communism movement. However, those are mainly from pro-communist organizations, close quote.
Keynote speeches were given by Reverend Paula White and by Sam Brownback, former US Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom.
We know that Mother Moon and the work of her movement with UPF and the Family Federation, of which many leaders of the world, including myself, respect and support, has the greatest respect for Japan and its historic role at this time for peace. We are confident that the current Prime Minister and all leadership of Japan will uphold the high principles of defending religious freedom for all faiths.
The only way the system works is if everybody is guaranteed religious freedom. It's religious freedom for everybody, everywhere, all the time. Stand firm, stand strong, keep fighting for it. It's critically, critically important.
A second group of keynote addresses on universal human rights and religious intolerance came from Doug Bando, senior researcher at the Cato Institute, followed by Jan Figel, former EU Special Envoy for the promotion of freedom of religion or belief.
Protecting everyone, including the most vulnerable, is essential for believers and unbelievers alike. Religious liberty is the bedrock upon which all of our other liberties rest.
Freedom of religion or belief is a litmus test of all other human rights, because when the religious freedom is missing, then other civil freedoms are missing as well.
A peace performance by Art Bulli was followed by a fifth keynote address on the theme of cases of religious oppression by lawyer and Professor Cole Durham of Brigham Young University, who spoke candidly about the religious oppression suffered by the Mormon Church and suggested responses.
The history of my own church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, often known as the Mormon Church, is an interesting case study in this regard. Now almost 200 years old, the church underwent some of the most acute persecution of any group in American history in its early days. Yet now it is the fourth or fifth largest denomination in the United States, and its members are widely accepted and rarely persecuted. Perhaps the deepest lesson of persecution is that we should do all we can to minimize its infliction on others. That is ultimately what freedom of religion is about, and why that right is so fundamental.
Norishige Kondo, head of legal affairs at the Victims of Abduction and Confinement Organization, explained the reality religious believers in Japan face during kidnapping and oppressive confinement.
最も悪質な人権侵害は拉致監禁を手段とする脱会強要でした。1966年に始まり、2015年にほぼ収束するまでに4300名以上が犠牲になりました。
And Humphrey Hawksley, former BBC Asia editor, spoke about the Japanese media's offensive and biased articles against the Family Federation as religious oppression. And Washington Times chairman Tom McDevitt went further, saying that the Washington Times would take the lead in providing fair reporting. This was followed by a special speech by Dr. Massimo Introvigne, founder and director of CESNUR, the Center for Studies on New Religions.
The current campaign against the Unification Church-Family Federation in Japan is based on a number of demonstrably false arguments, is based on testimonies telling lies and bearing false witness. And we can prove this, and I believe I have proved this in several articles. Ultimately, however, what we are seeing in Japan is the three forces I have described once again coming together to work against religious liberty.
Then it was time to propose and adopt a statement calling for religious freedom based on the Peace Charter that had been adopted on August 12, 2022 in Seoul, and for religious freedom as an anchor for universal human rights. Japanese delegates working with our organizations in more than 100 countries participated, and the statement was recited by young people with parents from both South Korea and Japan and other Japanese citizens. The conference concluded with the adoption of the statement calling for freedom of religion based on the Universal Peace Charter. Conferences of hope for the realization of a heavenly unified world are slated to continue until religious freedom is finally practiced the world over. The 35th Peace Forum for the Realization of a Heavenly Unified Korea sought to identify ways of establishing new youth ministries in the Daejeon and Chungcheong regions. In his welcoming remarks, IHQ Director General Yoon Young-ho said that he hopes young people's imaginations will enable them to dream of peace and the reunification of Korea. Yoo Kyung-duk, head of Think Tank 2022 for the Daejeon and Chungcheong regions, delivered a welcoming address urging young people to take ownership of the future by tackling the challenges facing our global village. Jin Sung-bae, chair of the Hyojong World Peace Foundation, gave a presentation on Cultural Revolution and True Parents' Thought, a vision for the young generation in a heavenly unified Korea. Kim Min-ji, a professor at Sunmoon University, gave a special lecture on the topic of Korean politics of youth from the perspective of mutual prosperity. Jung Si-gu from Sunhak UPA Graduate University spoke on a comparative review of Korea and Japan's youth policy. The ensuing discussions addressed the ideals of mutual prosperity, and a proposal was made for the Korean government to establish a youth ministry. For the first time, Heavenly Parents Holy Community held a peace workshop to educate peace associates. It was in 3 parts: the theory of a heavenly unified Korea, divine principle lectures, and presentation on True Parents' life and works. Until now, sessions have been held centered on the theory of a heavenly unified Korea only. With this Heavenly Parents Holy Community Peace Workshop, divine principle lectures and presentations on the life course of our True Parents were added to the program. For this workshop, Director Lee Sung-il gave lectures on the divine principle, including creation, the fall of man, and restoration. This peace workshop was an opportunity to understand more deeply and participate in the work of the Heavenly Parents Holy Community. In Heavenly Korea Sub-Region 5, the 2022 Yeongnam Sansuwon Patriot Association Healing and Peace Festival was held with 3,000 in attendance to promote and pray for the Korea-Japan undersea tunnel for a peaceful reunification of the Korean peninsula. This event provided a forum for people from all over the Yeongnam region to resolve to help the nation overcome COVID-19 pandemic. The nationwide Sansuwon Patriotic Association gives people the chance to enjoy the beauty of nature, share love for the environment, and strengthen their relationships through mountain hiking. The event was held to manage and strengthen the organization and its collaboration with the Tunnel Promotion Committee, Ambassadors for Peace, and the 6 pillar organizations of UPF. It was a chance to share with one heart and aspire in unity for a heavenly unified Korea. Nepal UPF held a workshop to commemorate the United Nations International Day of Tolerance. In his welcoming remarks, the Honourable Eknath Dakal, chairman of UPF and IAPP in the Asia-Pacific region, emphasised the need for religious tolerance and unity. Regional President for the Family Federation Asia-Pacific region, Reverend Damien Dunkley, said that the habits of peace and tolerance begin within the family. In his keynote address, the Speaker of the National Assembly of Nepal emphasised the importance of forgiveness, and a ceremony was held to appoint 3 new ambassadors for peace. The Angolan Family Federation and UPF collaborated with the Embassy of the Republic of Korea in Angola to hold a festival to commemorate the 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the Republic of Korea and Angola. More than 1,500 people attended the event and witnessed traditional Korean arts and K-pop performances. Officials from the Embassy of the Republic of Korea expressed their gratitude to the Angolan chapter of UPF and the Family Federation for their hard work in making the event a success. WFWP Canada held a luncheon to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the founding of the Women's Federation, with more than 120 dignitaries in attendance. It was a time to celebrate noteworthy achievements of the Women's Federation in Canada, and multicultural community leaders, members of Parliament, were also present and praised the work of the Women's Federation, also expressing their gratitude to true parents for their devoted efforts for world peace. The American Christian Leadership Conference in New York City hosted a prayer breakfast at the Memorial Baptist Church in Harlem. Of the 103 participants, 45 were Christian pastors. Dr. Chongshik Yong, Regional President of Heavenly USA and National Co-Chair of ACLC, delivered a message for the event, while Generation Peace Academy's Heavenly USA team supported with song and dance. Cameroon YSP held a 3-day community project called Douala, I Love You, a series of volunteer activities and conferences. The project, which was carried out with the cooperation of the Mayor of Douala, attracted 70 participants. With the goal of awakening a sense of service and patriotism among youth, a volunteer project was held to pick up trash on the streets, a radio show on responsible media use was produced, and a conference was held on patriotism and social and professional integration. This was followed by a Youth Peace Awards ceremony to highlight young people's love for the local community. In Latin America, Dominican Republic, IAYSP and CARP held a 2-day Divine Principle seminar. The 60 participants were divided into 2 groups, one group with 23 members and another for the 37 new guests. Through the presentations, the trainees gained a deeper understanding of the Divine Principle and sought ways to develop a life of faith. They felt happy to learn practical ways to practice the Divine Principle and want to study more in the future. YCLC in Los Angeles hosted a Youth Summit for Unity program at the Los Angeles Family Church. The theme of the program was Restoration and I, What Went Wrong. A total of 80 people attended and shared resources that could be used for campus ministry to educate young people of all backgrounds to revitalize their relationship with God. Christian pastors and ministers learned how they can inspire their young people to cultivate and enhance their relationship with God based on the Divine Principle. In Heavenly United States, the Blessed Family Ministry hosted a nationwide workshop. The family retreat included activities for children such as visits to a zoo and to an art museum. There were also teamwork activities for the heads of the Blessed Family departments. The heads of the Blessed Family Department ministries gathered from all over the United States to discuss ways to advance and improve their work. The Family Federation in Korea held a Songhwa ceremony for Mrs. Che Ye-jong from the 36 Couples and National Messiah to Ecuador. Mrs. Che was 82 when she ascended on November 10th. Born in 1935 in Pyeongtaek, she joined the church in 1957. In 1961, she was blessed in the 36 couples with An Chang Song, who was well known throughout the world as the International 40-Day Workshop Director. They had 2 sons and a daughter. Mrs. Che spent her life on the path of public service for heaven's will, living a life of loyalty and filial piety with all her heart. True parents congratulated Mrs. Che and bestowed a tribute that reads, "Entry to the heavenly kingdom as a loyal family that is a treasure of heaven." Looking back at history, the religious freedom we may be enjoying now should not be taken for granted. It grew and blossomed through much brave effort and also through great suffering. Some of you listening today may be in countries where you are not free to practice your faith as you wish to. We pray for the day to soon come when the freedom to practice one's chosen faith can be each person's right, no matter where in the world he or she lives. With this, we will conclude our HJ Global News presentation. Thank you for joining us, and may God bless you.
អរគុណច្រើនសម្រាប់ការចូលរួមរបស់គ្នានៅយើងឃើញអំពីកិច្ចខិតខំប្រឹងប្រែងក៏ដូចជាសកម្មភាពផ្សេងៗដែលថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំក៏ដូចជាគ្រូសាស្ត្រសិទ្ធិពលជ័យបងប្អូនប្រុសស្រីរបស់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាបានខិតខំបំពេញនៅទំនួលខុសត្រូវទាំងអស់នោះហើយបង្កើតនៅបរិយាកាសនៃឈុនយុគបាទអញ្ចឹងជាបន្តទៅទៀតយើងនឹងមាននៅការដាក់ដង្វាយបាទ donation បាទសូមចូលរួមធ្វើការបរិច្ចាគតាមសទ្ធាជ្រះថ្លារបស់បងប្អូនបាទហើយនៅយើងមានការដាក់ donation នៅទីនេះផ្ទាល់ក៏ដូចជានៅតាមប្រព័ន្ធអនឡាញបាទសូមចូលរួមទាំងអស់គ្នាសូមអរគុណសម្រាប់ការចូលរួមដាក់ donation ទាំងអស់គ្នាហើយបងប្អូនយើងដែលអត់ទាន់បានដាក់ក៏អាចបរិច្ចាគតាមប្រព័ន្ធអនឡាញផងដែរបាទមានគណនី ABA ក៏ដូចជា AC Lida បាទអញ្ចឹងបន្តទៅនេះយើងនឹងមាននៅសារពិសេសពីលោកប្រធានដែលមានដាងឃ្លីបាទដែលជាប្រធានសហព័ន្ធគ្រួសារប្រចាំតំបន់អាស៊ីប៉ាស៊ីហ្វិកទី1បាទសូមទះដៃហើយចូលរួមទស្សនាដោយយកចិត្តទុកដាក់ទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទសូមអរគុណ
Today we're going to read from Mother's speech given on October 30 in Yongpyong, Korea. This year, 2022, this is a special dinner meeting. Mother says, "It is very good that you came. There is chaos, both internally and externally, at home and abroad. We certainly still have issues to resolve internally ourselves, but we move forward with hope. Due to the Halloween tragedy in Itaewon yesterday, they have announced a period of mourning. I can't say exactly when this Halloween culture came to our country, but it wasn't emphasized so much in the 1990s or 2000s. For a long time, though, I've been saying that we must begin a revolution of the culture of heart. The original dream of the Creator, Heavenly Parent, was to meet the sons and daughters on earth through true parents and live together with them. Thus, the founding philosophy of the Sanak Educational Foundation and Sun Moon University is Echon, which is to love heaven first, Ein, to love humanity, and Eguk, love your nation. If we had led the youth with these lessons and goals, people of Korea in particular, known as the Han people and the people clad in white, have practiced filial piety to their parents and devotion in front of heaven. This tradition, however, weakened as it came into contact with modern civilization. Through our founding ideals and true parents' thought, we are also teaching the virtues of being filial to our parents, respect for our teachers, love for one another, and the need for unity. I am not sure of the meaning of ijimeru, but this strange school culture has caused a great deal of controversy within Japan. Apparently, ijimeru means a bully. There is also school violence erupting in Korea. Why would this be happening? We are approaching the 60th anniversary of the Unification Church. A day or two ago, I mentioned at Sun Moon University that culture is changed through one righteous person. Then, why haven't we been able to change the culture despite the passage of 50 or 60 years? We need to reflect on this. And so, what should we do? Throughout this time, we have been taught about purity. We have taught about purity in our churches. Now, we have second, third, and even fourth generation. Through seeing the creation that God, our Creator, made, it is my hope that the young people of our world can naturally come to feel and realize something and reflect, saying, through looking at these trees, what is the name of this trail in Mona Park? Through this grove of 1,000-year-old trees, we should educate many from the younger generation in this world. So Mother's talking about the nature in Mona Park. In a natural way, they should be able to study and learn through the natural world about the culture of the heart, the culture in which people revere heaven and love their parents. The original, beautiful, natural principles of creation should be followed, rather than following a wrong culture that comes in from the outside. The unfallen creation continues to flow and prosper in accordance with the principles of creation. It is only fallen humankind that creates the many problems. Therefore, we must be able to demonstrate this. We must be able to teach. Thus, when I think of Mona Park on Mount Balwang, the natural beauty there, about Heavenly Parent and about true parents, I appreciate CEO Shin and the staff here for developing this facility. We want all the people visiting here to like it just as much, to grow the love in their hearts and practice it in their lives. I do not know when or how Halloween originated. However, having lived in the United States for over 40 years, I believe it is intended to ward off misfortune and is a time to share love with the children you are raising. Is it a business? I would say that it was not originally like this, but it has become increasingly so over time. It is truly sad to see how this has evolved into something different from what it was originally, and how problems have happened with young people. As citizens of Chonilguk and as blessed families of Chonilguk, We cannot just be quietly observing the situation, can we? We should immediately take command and educate people, shouldn't we? So please, reach out and let people know. So now it is October, and tomorrow will be the eve of November. I am saying, victory for the future together with you in this beautiful nature. Also, by working hard to bear beautiful fruits in the future, and in order to change the bad customs of this world into the beautiful customs of Chon Il Gup. Let's combine our strengths. Let us eat something nice together and move forward toward a tomorrow filled with hope. This is the reason I invited you here today. So, this is the entirety of the speech translated into English, and I decided to start by reading the whole thing together with you. I have sent this to all of the national leaders, and so you should be able to receive a full copy, also in Korean if you like. And so this is October 30, so this is right after the terrible incident in Itaewon, Seoul, Korea, where almost 200 people, I believe almost 200 people lost their life because of a mad crowd crush. And so this was a deeply impactful thing for our beloved Korea, our Korean people. So Mother's commenting a little bit on the Halloween culture and where is it coming from, and I really like her explanation of her understanding of watching it happen in America, which, you know, there's a lot of religious people that, of course, look at Halloween and say, this is a little strange, looks evil, but actually Mother understood the original purpose is to actually ward off misfortune, but more fundamentally, it's a time to enjoy with your children, your family. I remember as a child really enjoying Halloween and not thinking it had anything to do with evil worship of any kind. It was really a happy family time and a community time also. The community comes together. So it's just another excuse to share joy with one another, honestly. But Mother's questioning, has the culture of these traditions changed, become more commercialized, and perhaps she's referring to what happened in Itaewon. But more deeply, Mother is asking these questions. She says, for a long time I've been saying that we must begin a revolution of the culture of heart. So why would Mother say this? Begin a revolution of the culture of heart. For a long time, though, I've been saying that we must begin a revolution. So, are we saying that we still have not begun this revolution? Mother's still not only saying it, but she's having to refer to the fact that she has to keep saying it. Clearly, Mother is not saying that she's satisfied that we have sincerely begun and effectuated a culture of heart. Mother mentions we're approaching the 60th anniversary of the Unification Church, and a day or two ago I mentioned at Sun Moon University that culture is changed through one righteous person, meaning the incredible impact that even one person can have is phenomenal. And when we think too collectively, or waiting for one another, or blaming others, or waiting for some direction to tell me what to do, or something like this, these are not the change makers. Those types of thinkers are not the change makers. Actually, we need to be ready to take risks. We need to be able to be honest. We need to be able to be truthful, first to myself, to my family, and to others. And this is not a simple thing. It's not an easy thing. It's actually a very scary and painful thing. So, who has the guts truly to be a change maker? This is not easy. And so the culture of heart cannot begin from just an idea or an idealistic idea. The culture of heart begins with each one of us, and certainly one person can have an incredible impact. So Mother asks the question, why then haven't we been able to change the culture despite the passage of 50 or 60 years? We need to reflect on this. So Mother's saying, we need to reflect on this. Who needs to reflect on this? We need to reflect on this. And she's talking about the beauty of nature. In a natural way, she wants all of us, she wants the children, she wants all of us to be able to study and learn through the natural world about the culture of heart. The culture in which the people revere heaven and love their parents. Well, wow. It's as if to say that if we could experience the beauty of nature and really take it in, like everything is there to begin. The original beautiful natural principles of creation should be followed, rather than following wrong culture that comes in from the outside. So it's true, there are many impressive factors about modern civilization and modern culture, and a lot of it is good, but a lot of it is very shiny and exciting, and sometimes the shiny and exciting skin is covering something that is not good. And those are the things that should not be followed. But you know, we live in such a chaotic world, we live in circumstances that how often truly are you able to just sit down, look around, and the vibration of your heart be measured by the surrounding of beauty in nature around you? You know, when we go to a place of beauty, when we go to a place that was handcrafted by God, unadulterated, such nature that Mother is talking about, then I feel naturally my heart is tested, is measured. My mind is measured against the backdrop of natural beauty. In other words, it can judge me. If my mind is off, if my thoughts are off center, if my heart is burdened and heavy and complicated, then just by sitting under a tree with the beauty of nature surround, immediately it guides you to take a moment, to take a breath, to be grateful. First, to be grateful, you know. Maybe sometimes if you're living in the heart of Bangkok and there's a moped streaming by, or in New Delhi there's a moped streaming by, maybe it's difficult to remember how many beautiful things there are in our lives to be grateful for. So I believe Mother is reminding us here, because she's there in Mona Park, and she's reminding us all how fundamentally important it is for our education and how connected it is to the culture of heart based on the principles of creation, how important it is for our culture of heart to be rooted naturally, vibrationally, and healthily rooted in that which God created, which is nature. And it's from that place that we should be building our societies and building our cities, building our families. You know, it reminds me of a beautiful experience I just had in Nepal with so many people, but it reminds me of a moment walking through Ram Limbu's family farm, and they were showing me their pigs, they were showing me their rice fields, their fruits, their vegetables, and at a certain point the family came together. I wanted to take a picture, and I knelt down. His Ram Limbu and his beautiful wife and beautiful daughter and powerful young son. He's only 8 years old. And so I knelt down on the ground in front of Ram Limbu's family, and I asked this young boy, you know, what is your dream? And he looked down, he was quiet, and he mumbled something, and I think it was his sister that translated for me. He said, when I grow up, I want to be like my daddy. And you know, Ram Limbu and his wife are both teachers. They teach during the day, and certainly that gives them some money to survive, perhaps as a family, but he's not living just as a family. This is a family who, like many of you, are committed to Chombo, committed to HTM, and he's working with a trinity of families. And he's educating and blessing the members of the villages around, and he's not only educating and blessing them, but even feeding them. And how does this family operate this HTM activity financially? You know, I don't send him money. He's building this foundation through this farm. And so a couple of years ago, the purpose of building this farm was to be able to finance his public activity. This is incredibly beautiful and courageous and admirable. And the whole family's doing it together. So they're teaching during the day, and then early in the morning up until late at night, in between, whenever he has time, he's either walking or riding his bike up to the farm to tend to his animals, to tend to his fruits and vegetables, his rice. And it's no small thing to run a farm that creates enough money to, support the village and support Chombo. So it's a beautiful story that has inspired many of us, those that know about it. It's inspired me since I heard about it already, 18 months or 2 years ago. And so this was an incredible moment that I was looking forward to meeting your family, Ram Limbu. And I stood there in front of you. I'll just speak directly to you. As I stood in front of you, your family, I knelt down in front of your son and I put my heart on his chest. And I said, "What is your dream?" He says, "I want to be like my daddy." But the reality of the farm for Ram Limbu right now is that he had over 100 pigs and took almost a year to raise these pigs fat enough for market, to make the money to now be able to invest in his Chombo. And then just a month or two ago, the African swine flu swept through the valley and killed off 90% of his pigs. And now we have the war in Russia and Ukraine, and it's raising the price of animal feed, so he can't even afford to feed the remaining pigs, maybe 20 pigs, little piglets. And he's only able to feed them the husk of the rice twice a day. They need 3 times a day animal feed, and he doesn't even have enough for 3 times a day of the husk of the rice, and they're becoming skinny. And as I'm walking through, they're making so much noise. They're making all this noise, and he says, "Oh, they're here to greet the regional president representing True Mother." But quickly I understand they're not. This is his heart. He wants to make me feel comfortable that they're there to greet me. They're not greeting me. They're asking me to feed them. These pigs are skinny and starving, and I believe just a few days ago another one died from malnutrition. Almost $20,000 of investment was lost like that. The entire year lost. And he looks at me with deep passion and emotion and tears in his eyes, explaining to me this story. So when I'm now asking his son, "How do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What is your dream?" His dream is to become like his father. To be a man who loves his family and who's committing 20, 21 hours a day to live with a public mind. He truly loves his wife and children. And his wife truly loves him and supports him. And the children support the parents. Even the little money that I gave the kids at the Blessed Children's Workshop in Nepal, his daughter received just a little money from me, and she gave it to her father. Even he said, "I don't want to keep it. You keep it. You keep the gift that Damien gave." "No, Daddy, you keep it." Because she understands her father's situation. If they just focus on their own survival, they're fine maybe. Just a little bit extra they can do to be okay for themselves. But their mind is they want to live for the sake of the village, live for the sake of the community, live for the sake of the nation, live for the sake of the world. And this is truly why these children are growing up in this natural environment, going themselves together with their parents every day to help on the farm. And so when I asked him, "What is your favorite job to do on the farm?" he said to me with this incredible strength in his heart and tears in his eyes and determination in his mind, I could feel. He said, "My favorite job is to feed the pigs. And at this point, my heart is just melting and crying and melting inside. Because his favorite job is to feed the pigs. But he saw 90% of the pigs die. And now the remaining pigs are skinny and hungry, and the only food he can give them, this 8-year-old boy, is like, I feel he's already carrying the entire feeling of responsibility that even his father is carrying. I really feel this family is carrying together as one, with a public mind, and absolutely determined to bring about victory for Heavenly Parent and True Parents. Thank you so much, your family, Ramlumbu. Why am I mentioning this is also because when I saw you and I saw your family is because you're living in that kind of an environment. It's not easy living off of the land, living in such circumstance. But when I look at your children, they're so beautiful and so pure and so filial towards you, towards their parents, and towards Heavenly Parent, naturally, by just living in the family environment, close to the earth, close to nature, close to that which God created, and yet desperate with what little they have to give everything to their parents, and just like you as parents to give everything to your nation. I love you. You teach me more than I could ever teach you, and I'm really grateful to you. And I'm pulling out this story because I feel like Mother is trying to guide us to have the kinds of experiences that your children are having. Naturally, they're able to learn through nature and through working with nature. With a public mind, naturally, surely, through their parents, they're learning so much. So Mother says, as citizens of Chonilguk and as blessed families of Chonilguk, we cannot just be quietly observing the situation, can we? We should be immediately taking command to educate the people, shouldn't we? So please go out and tell them what you know. I am saying victory for the future together with you in this beautiful world. Also, by working to bear fruits in the future and in order to change the bad customs of this world into the beautiful customs of Chonilguk. So let's combine our strengths and let us eat something nice together. It's like our condition, right? Eat with and meet with your family and friends and let them know what you know. Tell them what you know. Mother says, let us move forward towards a tomorrow filled with hope. Honestly, I have to say to you, without being dramatic, without being too heavy, please don't expect Mother to do everything. Please don't expect Mother to be leading another 10 years even. Many of you think maybe she can live to 120 or 100 but even should we think that way, shouldn't we be saying, Mother, we will take responsibility? Because she's already now almost 80 years old. She's given birth to 14 children, 4 cesareans. This is the greatest woman peace leader in human history, but much more importantly than that, she is the substantial first birth of God's daughter, only begotten daughter. And we still don't truly understand the significance of what that means. And I believe she feels that we truly still don't understand the significance of what that means. From her point of view, there should be more than enough that we have to be hopeful for. More than enough that we need to be grateful for. More than enough that we've been educated to let others know about. More than enough blessing to be able to realize actual joy and happiness within our family for the sake of the world. Brothers and sisters, oh my God, I know it is not easy. It is not easy. It is truly, truly difficult for all of us, each in our own way. But I believe what Mother's expecting us to do is maybe much more simple than we imagine it to be. Our daily life may be distracted by many elements. Our daily challenges, even within our family, may affect our hearts and emotions every day. But there's no one that has been through more than Father and Mother, and especially Mother now is leading with how much she wants to give us hope, and yet how much she herself is carrying
keeping her mouth quiet, and still not free to express everything. Let us create the environment where mother knows that we, no matter how miserable we may think we are, let at least our lives be a testament to how much we are grateful for our true parents, how much we have got our mothers back, and hell, what's the worst that can happen? What? We can die, we can go to jail. What's the worst that can really happen, right? Let us tell the world what the time is. This is the time of the only begotten daughter. This is the time of our queen mother, our true mother. We now have the full embodiment of both male and female Godhead born on the earth and leading us in this way. We now have opened the historical door. We're in the 10th year of Chonilguk. We have been given everything we need from heaven's perspective. So now let us tell others what we know. The only begotten daughter is here. God is our heavenly parent. We are all brothers and sisters under our heavenly parent. One family under our heavenly parent. There's no one in the world that shouldn't know this now. And mother is not just a great peace leader. Mother is not just the mother of peace. She's the mother of humanity. And that's the doorway through which we will all go. Sooner or later. So let us boldly, not tell people. We should be asking people. What? You don't know? You still don't know? Oh, mother is here. Your blessing is here waiting for you. Please come. Brothers and sisters, let us continue to eat with and meet with our family, our friends, and tell them what we know. Thank you.
But ជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតផ្ទះដៃអរគុណដល់លោកប្រធានដែលមានដាំងឃ្លីទាំងអស់គ្នាហើយក៏អរគុណសម្រាប់អ្នកបកប្រែយើងផងដែរបាទបាទអញ្ចឹងយើងឈានមកដល់នីតិនៃការធ្វើនៅចំណាប់អារម្មណ៍បាទអញ្ចឹងមានអ្នកស្ម័គ្រចិត្តអត់ចំណាប់អារម្មណ៍បាទ reflection តែប្រហែលជាអត់មានទេបាទអញ្ចឹងមានតែគ្រប់អញ្ជើញ So I would like to invite Mrs. Masumi for the short reflection. Yes, let's welcome Mrs. Masumi.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I wish some other people can share. Anyway. I feel very sorry to mother and also President Dankri. Even though we hear many difficulties, but we don't know in detail. Once we know, actually we have more responsibility.
បាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំពិតជាមានអារម្មណ៍សុំទោសមែនទែនសម្រាប់អ្នកម្ដាយពិតក៏ដូចជាលោកប្រធានដែលមានដាំងឃ្លីហើយ ប្រកបណាស់យើងមាននៅការលំបាកផ្សេងៗគ្នាប៉ុន្តែបើសិនយើងដឹងអំពីការលំបាកនឹងកាន់តែស៊ីជម្រៅប្រកបយើងមានអារម្មណ៍ពីទំនួលខុសត្រូវកាន់តែច្បាស់ជាងមុនកាន់តែស៊ីជម្រៅជាងមុន
And yeah, this is even though we hear many sad stories and then also amazing testimony about the Nepal Blessed family.
បាទអញ្ចឹងដូចយើងបានស្ដាប់ពីរឿងដ៏ទុក្ខសោកហើយជាពិសេសសក្ខីកម្មតាក់ទងទៅនឹងគ្រួសារនៅគ្រួសារសិទ្ធិពរជ័យនៅនេប៉ាល់
The most inspiring thing was this 8 years old boy.
បាទអ្វីដែលជារឿង
His dream is to become like a father.
បាទអ្វីដែលជារឿងដែលគួរឲ្យជំរុញទឹកចិត្តមែនទែនគឺកូនក្មេងដែលមានអាយុ 8 ឆ្នាំនេះគឺគាត់
But in reality is actually a lot of hard working and then investing, but the result is so miserable in reality.
បាទអញ្ចឹងជាជាក់ស្ដែងទៅការវិនិយោគការកិច្ចខំប្រឹងប្រែងគឺវាច្រើនសម្បើមណាស់ប៉ុន្តែលទ្ធផលគឺបានតិចតួចអានឹងគឺជាក់ស្ដែង
But this second generation could understand even 8 years old how his father is great, pure heart,
Bạn chân quạt côn chùm non tivi đại miền ở dụ từ tại phần bảy năm ní quạt bật chỉ dul làm pi thực chất ở phục bọc quạt mình tên nơi thực chất đó borisot bỏ phục bọc quạt nè.
And even though also we know little bit, yeah, he's always super positive.
Bạn
Very
chân
very positive.
đôi đại dương ban squad nhưng lúc ram limbu cruza bọc quạt cứ chi cruza môi đại miền nơi thà cùng nứt với chùm biên khăng mình tên tại anh tới với chùm biên chỉ định.
Even so difficult time, he's always smiling. That everything goes well.
Bạn chân tu bay chi bả. Phần nào cái đó bên đây quạt tay tại xa nơi nam như nhôm bọc quạt tay tại như nhôm pram pray chỉ định tem đòn.
But his investment, $20,000, is almost gone.
Bạn chân lôi đại vi New York $20,000 nó vừa từ tại rồi lia tầng o thôi hay.
But still, he is always positive, grateful, and then great thing is he really loved the wife and the children.
Và bên tay quát nơi tay bật to vứt chùm biên chính đấy hai quát ở vậy đây vì xe mình tên cứ quát nơi tay bật to sờ lạnh phải gì bỏ quát côn bỏ quát cruise.
Therefore, even small son, even 8 years old, no need to explain any moral and then teaching, but he can feel the true greatness of his father.
Bạn chân tu bây chỉ mấy quát ở chỗ tớp tay phần bảy năm có đói bên tay quát ai dul bà chăm bờ riêng làm pi ở sờ thoa crom sờ thoa như thế bên tay cứ quát dul đau thực chất bỏ quát khơi nơi chợ sài đầm đòn.
So this is what we have to inherit, and then because we are blessed, we are chosen to go through this difficult time together with true mother.
Bạn chân dương cho ác nia đại tuôn nơi cảประ po chay đại trời hay đại chia bọc cô đại trời bàn chưa rơ từ ác ní cứ dương chlong cắt nơi cả lồng bạ chùm mùi nia chùm mùi nâng nèm đại bật bỏ dương.
I also determine again. I want to be always positive, grateful, whatever happen.
Bạn chân nhom miền nơi cả đại nhà chặt dự thay tiết cứ trời tại vứt chùm miền trên nách, hay trời tại miền nơi cả thay nó côn trên nách tụ bây giờ miền rương ấy cả làng cả đời.
And then I want to be our family should be also hope and then give power to parents and then other people.
Bà hơi nhom của chồng ai cru sa bỏ dương miền nơi đây sừng khum đo nơi tham một pol đo là vùng đại bật hay từng bần nơi chung quanh luôn.
And then at the same time I feel very sorry that when I see the President Dankuri's agony, really we could not support him. I'm always grateful to him and his family, but we did not support well, so I really.
Bạn chân cứ nhom khơi nhom pi ca bạ tục lồng bạ mùi chùm luôn đại là đại cruza chỉ lục bát thiên đại miền Nam Kli tàng quạt tàng cruza bọc quạt đại chlong cắtในการลงบาตទាំងអស់នោះហើយយើងមិនបានជួយជ្រោមជ្រែងគាត់ឲ្យបានគ្រប់គ្រាន់នោះទេខ្ញុំពិតជាមានអារម្មណ៍អភ័យទោសសូមអភ័យទោសមែនទេ
But anyway, let's go together. Eat and meet.
បាទអញ្ចឹងចូលឈ្មោះទៅមុខជាមួយគ្នាបាទជួបគ្នាញ៉ាំជាមួយគ្នា
Testify.
បាទហើយបង្ហាញអំពីឪពុកម្ដាយពិតរបស់យើង បាទអរគុណច្រើន Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Okay, អរគុណច្រើនអ្នកស្រីម៉ាស្មីសម្រាប់ការធ្វើនៅសក្ខីកម្មហើយបន្តទៀតអញ្ញាតខ្ញុំគោរពអញ្ជើញលោកបណ្ឌិតតាំងគឹមស្រួយដើម្បីធ្វើនៅការចែករំលែកហើយក៏ដូចជាមតិសម្ដែងសម្ដានជាមួយបងប្អូនសូមស្វាគមន៍
Good morning អរុនសួស្តីសុខសប្បាយទេបាទអរគុណច្រើនសម្រាប់ការអញ្ជើញចូលរួមនៅថ្ងៃនេះហើយរីករាយបានជួបជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតនៅថ្ងៃអាទិត្យដែលជាថ្ងៃជួបជុំគ្រួសារហើយយើងបានចូលរួមជាមួយគ្នាជាមួយនឹងអ្នកម្ដាយហើយ បាទដោយលោកស្រីម៉ាសមីដែលគាត់បានចែករំលែកជាមួយនឹងreflection ដែលឆ្លុះបញ្ចាំងតកតងទៅនឹងបដិវត្តវប្បធម៌នៃដួងចិត្តបាទចឹងមានសំណួរជាច្រើនដែលចាក់ដោតនៅក្នុងបេះដូងរបស់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាខ្ញុំជឿថាបាទចឹងវាមានរឿងជាច្រើនដែលអ្នកម្ដាយបានសួរ50-60ឆ្នាំកន្លងមកហើយក៏ប៉ុន្តែហេតុអីបានជារឿងហ្នឹងវានៅតែកើតឡើងចឹងមានន័យថាអ្វីដែលជាការស្នើសុំរបស់អ្នកម្ដាយលោកឪពុកម្ដាយពិតសម្រាប់ការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរនៅវប្បធម៌ដួងចិត្តមិនទាន់បានជោគជ័យនៅឡើយឬក៏មិនទាន់បានធ្វើនៅឡើយចឹងដូចទៀតសោតករណីអ៊ីធីវ៉ុនដែលបានផ្ទុះឡើងកើតឡើងនៅពេលដែលវប្បធម៌នោះវាបានជ្រុះជ្រែកទៅកាន់យុវជនហើយគេធ្វើឡើងដោយមិនផ្អែកទៅលើវប្បធម៌ឋានសួគ៌មិនចឹងចឹងនោះគឺជាបញ្ហាមួយដែល President Dunkley គាត់លើកឡើងមកនិយាយអំពី the revolution of the culture of heart អំពីបដិវត្តនៃវប្បធម៌នៃទឹកចិត្តបាទចឹងប្រសិនបើយើងអាចឆ្លុះបញ្ចាំងមកខ្លួនឯងវិញថាតើជា single member ជាសមាជិកបាទនៅ single ឬក៏ជា second generation ឬក៏ជា blessed family ថាតើយើងបានបាទធ្វើបដិវត្តវប្បធម៌នៃដួងចិត្តរបស់យើងដោយផ្អែកលើឪពុកម្ដាយឋានសួគ៌ហើយឬនៅបាទនេះគឺជាសំណួរសំខាន់អញ្ចឹងហើយបានជាគាត់លើកឧទាហរណ៍តាក់ទងជាមួយនឹងគ្រួសារមួយនៅនេប៉ាល់នោះគឺជាឧទាហរណ៍ជាក់ស្ដែងមួយដែលចង់បង្ហាញអំពីការធ្វើបដិវត្តនៃវប្បធម៌នៃដួងចិត្តនៅក្នុងគ្រួសារដែលវាមាននៅសារៈសំខាន់បាទហើយរូបខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់បាទដែលជាមួយគ្នានៅទីនេះក៏ខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ពេលខ្លះយើងដូចជាជនពិការបាទយើងចង់ធ្វើរឿងជាច្រើនក៏ប៉ុន្តែយើងមាននៅឧបសគ្គជាច្រើនមាននៅដែនកំណត់ជាច្រើនបាទហើយលោកប្រធានដែលមានដាំងឃ្លីក៏ដូចគ្នាដែរដែលលោកស្រីម៉ាសមីក៏បានឃើញអំពីរឿងទាំងអស់នោះដូច្នេះចង់បញ្ជាក់ថានៅក្នុងគ្រួសារមួយក្តីជាសហគមន៍មួយក្តីគឺយើងមិនអាចបាទដើរទៅមុខតែម្នាក់ឯងបានទេយើងត្រូវការនៅការសហប្រតិបត្តិការជ្រុំជ្រែងគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមកដូចជាឪពុកម្ដាយនិងកូនដូច្នោះដែរបាទក៏ប៉ុន្តែវាមិនមែនមេថាតើតែយើងដាច់ខាតវាត្រូវតែអញ្ចឹងទេដូចអ្នកម្ដាយបានមានប្រសាសន៍ឲ្យថាវាចាប់ផ្ដើមចេញពីមនុស្សឧត្តមឧត្តមម្នាក់មែនទេ righteous person start from one righteous person ចឹងអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាម្នាក់អាចជា one righteous person ដែលយើងអាចតំណាងដល់អ្នកម្ដាយពិតបានចឹងយើងសម័យមើលអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា Jason មកពីហ្វីលីពីនBrother June មកពីហ្វីលីពីន Sister Liza មកពីតកែវ Brother Chanda មកពីកម្ពុជាអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាមកពីខេត្តផ្សេងគ្នាថាតើយើងបានមកដល់ទីនេះដោយរបៀបណាបាទនោះគឺជា righteous បាទ selection righteous chosen មួយរបស់ឋានសួគ៌សម្រាប់យើងដែលមានវត្តមាននៅទីនេះបាទអញ្ចឹងវាគឺជាការចាប់ផ្ដើមមួយដ៏សំខាន់តើនៅពេលយើងត្រឡប់ទៅផ្ទះវិញក៏ដូចជារូបខ្ញុំដែរតើការបដិវត្តនៃដួងចិត្តរបស់យើងដែលយើងមានស្មុគស្មាញជាច្រើនបាទបញ្ហាបុគ្គលបញ្ហារៀនសូត្រស្មុគស្មាញវិភាគមិនចេញវិភាគមិនឃើញដេកពិបាកហុកស្មុគស្មាញច្រើនណាស់នៅក្នុងគ្រួសាររបស់យើងថាតើរឿងទាំងអស់នោះវាជួយដល់យើងឬក៏វាជួយទាញយើងបាទអញ្ចឹងហើយបានជាបដិវត្តនៃវប្បធម៌នៃដួងចិត្តវាសំខាន់បាទអញ្ចឹងនៅលើផែនដីនេះនៅទីនេះដែលយើងអាចចាប់ផ្ដើមរស់នៅជាមួយគ្នាដោយផ្អែកទៅលើវប្បធម៌នៃដួងចិត្តហ្នឹងទៅដែលលោកឪពុកម្ដាយមូនបានបង្រៀនដល់យើងរៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃបាទអ្នកម្ដាយអាយុ80ឆ្នាំតើគាត់ត្រូវការអ្វីទៀតពីយើងបាទគាត់ចង់ឃើញយើងមាននៅការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរនៅទឹកចិត្តរបស់យើងដោយផ្អែកទៅលើឋានសួគ៌ដោយផ្អែកលើឪពុកម្ដាយពិតបាទហើយយើងអាចឃើញគំរូនៃការរស់នៅទៅតាមបាទគ្រួសារដោយគ្រួសារលោកស្រីម៉ាសមីក៏ដូចជាគ្រួសារលោកឡាំប៊ូដែលយើងនៅមើលមិនឃើញឬក៏គ្រួសារដទៃទៀតដែលមានគំរូល្អសម្រាប់ការរស់នៅដោយប្រតិបត្តិនៅវប្បធម៌នៃដួងចិត្តនេះបាទអញ្ចឹងនេះគឺជាចំណុចមួយដែលខ្ញុំអាចសិក្សាបានហើយជាពិសេសបាទនៅក្នុងសម័យកាលទំនើបនេះ vấp thua vây cả đói vì bà trai đồng lệ giả hào đó bà thấy đấy giả hào nè còn tại net óc này bao này lái khơi Facebook bình rồi bà chẳng cứ giả hào khăng nè đôi chân đấy vì miền ta rừng mùi thì cứ dương trâu tai pro bát vấp thua này đuôi chất đá miền ở quay ai một attack dương bạn đấy mình tha dương chia một cô bay bay một cô rung rương rương chẳng ná nếu pe đại dương mình ban ban nơi vấp thon để đuôi chân đi cứ nghe sưu trong cả attack vì phục lô hàng cài này và chẳng room trong này kia hay sản phẩm than đẹp óc này vô lòng pi cần lực sầm khánh ở đây đại lục đây miền đăng lên giấy ở đây đại nè mà đai này giấy mình men sầm rạp một cô nam nè thì cứ sầm rạp dương cục cục này và đại dương mình nè cua tại khai để chia your righteous person the righteous person sầm rạp khuôn ấy sầm rạp your family sầm rạp your community sầm rạp your nation and some of the world. Do you want to be the righteous person? Yes. Do you want to change, to transform your culture to become the culture of heart, to become the Chojong culture, to become God-centered culture? That is the question, right? Chẳng hay ban chia miền sâm mạch xua khang hai đấy ban chia dương mình ai miền sâm mạch đôi chân, vì pru nơi trong cái này nè, cá flap đồ vấp thon này thực chất cứ chia rương trong cõi bằng phật cứ chia rương là bị bạo bằng phật vậy đấy xua than na rí đi đầm bay ngơ mau làm ăn dịp hở xua than na rí đi đầm bay thật đa fundraising nữa tam trăm plei xua than na rí đi từ witness nè đồ tây tiệt nobody vậy đấy xua than na rí đi living for the sake of others nobody con tai nu hai cứ chia mì kia đại dương transform và đang lên khơi này ngày điสมาชิก YSP มาแต่ใบบุญเนี่ยดิเปียกระดาษติดตัวไหนอ๋อบ่จังมีในท่า transform your heart not to become better but become not better เอ๊ะซึ่งนี่คือจีจำนวนสำคัญมวยได้President ดังคลีก็โดยจีเนี่ยมาได้ก่อนจังเอายังรีเดียจมวยหนึ่งทอมเชียดจมวยหนึ่งวับทอนในดวงจัดบ่ทอมเชียดแต่ยังไอเรียนบ้านยังเตยจมวยคนนี้ทัวร์กายจมูกนี้ดาวจมูกนี้นึงกูดาวจมูกนี้บ่โดยเฉพาะสมเด็จออกนี้บัดเพนจให้สัญจังบ่สมัยแต่การพิสมได้ระบบเนี่ยมาได้ถ้ายืงกำปงแต่รู้เนื้อในขนมปลายกะปัญหาเตียงขนมเตียงคราวก็ปัญไทยืงเนื้อแต่เมียนก็ได้สังคมแต่การปกมาได้ทานซูก็ได้สังคมแต่การปิดพบโลกแต่การมนุษย์เฉียดนี่คือจุดจำนวนเราสำคัญมวยโดยเฉพาะเนี่ยออกนี่อาจบัดเพนจล้างให้โจรุมบุงซูงจมูกเขียมสารหันลปุ่มนิมจนยืนช้ำปุ่มนิมคนสมอกุลดอกละปุ่มได้ทานซูปุ่มได้ปิดจีสมกสมัยกลางนะจมพูสิกได้สลายจมพูกิจการเงียแต่งลายได้ปุ่มได้ทานซูบานริบจอมสำหรับมนุษย์ได้มนุษย์มันเนี่ยคัดคอมปรังปลายนำไปสำหรับกูได้ชีวิตบอกพวกเกคือสุภาพมงคลสิกได้ศกกระดมรมเนียมันทากำรัดบุคคลกำรัดครูสาหนึ่งกำรัดสังคมเชียดก็เป็นตายพวกเกมันบานยุลอมปีมีขี้อมตะได้ละพวกได้ทานสูบานริบจอบท่าตาดอลเปลนะเติบเยอะอาจพลับโดเนื้อพนอดกำนัดเนื้อเพียบอาตมาในยุ่มเนื้อเพียบเมเนียระบายเยอะหายยังอาจโจสมรงบังรูปสามัคคีชั่วโมงหนึ่งชันเตะระบอบปุ่มได้ทันสู้ชันเตะระบอบปุ่มได้เปิดบานวิภพโลกกำปงตายประชมในปัญหาสมกสมานจิตราสงครามจุ่มลูกนโยบายเศรษฐกิจวิบัติจุ่มงือแต่อันนี้คือกำปงตายรุ่มรัดในขนมดำนายชีวิตบ่มนุษย์เนี่ยว่าปทัวมันละอกำปงตายชุดเชียบในขนมกระอาเบดงครูซายุวชนนั่งสังคมเชียดจังมูคนสมบุญสูงตามระยะสิกได้สลายประสิทธิโปรใจปีทานสูไอการเมียนดอลครมครูซามนุษย์เชียดต่างอ๋อการเมียนดอลอภพมาได้เปิดเนี่ยมาได้เปิดสกปรกหล่อบริโภคกิจการเงี้ยจุ่มวิ่งพิภพโลกโดยเฉพาะกิจการเงี้ยในอาเซียนในประเทศกัมพูชีทุกใบยังมีจำนวนสมาชิกโดยติดตัวชุดสลาย ប៉ុន្តែឆន្ទៈមោះមុតចង់ផ្ដល់ប្រទេសនេះដងវាយប្រទេសនេះប្រជាជននេះទៅកាន់ឪពុកម្ដាយឋានសួគ៌មានរឿងរ៉ាវជាច្រើនដែលទៅហួសពីការគិតស្មារតីទឹកចិត្តរបស់យើងកូនសូមបួងសួងសូមផ្ដល់នៃសេចក្តីស្រឡាញ់ពរជ័យទាំងអស់នោះសូមឲ្យពួកគេខ្លាចទៅជាបុគ្គលឧត្តមឧត្តមបុគ្គលត្រឹមត្រូវដែលអាចផ្លាស់ប្ដូរវប្បធម៌នៅក្នុងខ្លួនពួកគេនីមួយៗក្រុមគ្រួសាររបស់ពួកគេនិងសង្គមជាតិរបស់ពួកគេដែលគេរស់នៅមិនថាពួកគេមានបញ្ហាអ្វីកើតឡើងសូមឪពុកម្ដាយឋានសួគ៌ឪពុកម្ដាយពិតផ្ដល់ពរជ័យគ្រប់គ្នាជាមួយនឹងសេវាកម្មនៅថ្ងៃអាទិត្យពេលនេះយើងបានជួបជុំយើងបានឃើញសេចក្តីស្រឡាញ់របស់ឪពុកម្ដាយរបស់បងប្អូនប្រុសស្រីថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំសមាជិកសមាជិកាសូមផ្ដល់ពរជ័យទាំងអស់នេះទៅកាន់គ្រួសារបុគ្គលនីមួយៗកូនសូមអរគុណជាមួយនឹងសេចក្តីស្រឡាញ់ជាមួយពរជ័យរបស់ឪពុកម្ដាយឋានសួគ៌កូនសូមតំណាងដល់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាសូមធ្វើការដង្វាយក្នុងនាមកូនតាំងជំស្រួយឋានិស័យកាគ្រួសារទទួលការប្រសិទ្ធពរជ័យអាជូ
បាទជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតតែដៃអរគុណដល់លោកបណ្ឌិតតាំងគឹមស្រួយអនុប្រធានសហព័ន្ធគ្រួសារប្រចាំលំអស៊ីប៉ាស៊ីហ្វិកទី1របស់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទអរគុណសម្រាប់ការចែករំលែកក៏ដូចជាការជំរុញទឹកចិត្តដល់បងប្អូនប្រុសស្រីរបស់យើងហើយបន្ទាប់ទៅនេះអញ្ញាតឲ្យខ្ញុំគោរពអញ្ជើញលោកចម្រើនសុផលប្រធានសហព័ន្ធគ្រួសារប្រចាំប្រទេសកម្ពុជាដើម្បីធ្វើនៅ announcement ពិសេសបាទសូមស្វាគមន៍
បាទអរុនសួស្តីអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា Good morning បាទ so thank you Dr. Kim Srui for to be together with us especially share about true parents especially through mother's word through President Damian Dankli បាទអញ្ចឹង so I think maybe English also okay right everyone can understand English just short announcement related with our providence and also with creating environment. So I think we should know and then learn together. So this coming 21 to 25, there will be IPA General Assembly, 33 General Assembly. That IPA is an ASEAN Interparliamentarian Association. So this is all ASEAN the parliament to be together to hold the General Assembly. And in this time also from our one of the pillar IAPP. Yeah, IAPP is International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace, IAPP. This one is also invited by the National Assembly of Cambodia and then also led by also Honorable Eknat Dakal and also President Damian Dankli also as a delegate together in this IAPP as a delegate. So it is very important and also in the same time Honorable Eknat from Nepal, also the Speaker of the National Assembly of Nepal, also come together. So Honorable Eknat also accompany together. So it is also meaningful that to witness also the top leader, National Assembly, the Speaker, President of the National Assembly of Nepal. So through this, I think Honorable Eknat also want to really make and witness to them about our movement more and more, especially our true parents teaching. So let's pray more for this. So we have delegate is Honorable Eknat, President Damian Dankli, Reverend Santos, Paudel, Mr. Saito, and me, also one of the delegate, also IAPP, and Nepal delegate, also seven participants. So the head is a Speaker of the Parliament. So this is about IPA General Assembly. And then one more important is about our family and about our youth. So in the same time, tomorrow, 21st November, Reverend Simon Penh, National Leader of Hong Kong, will come to Cambodia. So to one is meet our blessed families, So we would like to invite all blessed family. I think he arrived afternoon 21st, afternoon 21st. So Chanda will help coordinate, Hong also will help coordinate with blessed family, because I will be together with the IPA General Assembly, so I think maybe not so easy. And also in the same time, President also will arrive. So Reverend Simon arrived in the afternoon, and then I think we can arrange gathering our blessed family in that day. So can be dinner. So we would like to invite you as a blessed family, all blessed family, not young people. So all blessed families, okay, with your children or whatever, that can meet him and can share, eat and meet together and share true parents' love together. So here we have Mr. Sokno and wife. So we invite on Monday. So please try to make arrangement if you can meet Reverend Simon Penh. So don't worry if really busy, no problem. But can take time. Mr. Sapat and make a meeting. Okay. Mayi, Hong, brother Hong, Chanda, Masumi, and Papa Kapol, and Lysam, right? Lysam and June. So who else? Brother Kim Srui also can be together as a family. Maybe can kind of greet him also if have time. We can greet him and share love together as a family, strengthening. I think this is the most important for the IAPP or IPA General Assembly. This is the only creative environment and make them closer to us. And then we need to strengthen. Actually, our main is this blessed family education, a blessed family gathering, and strengthening our stronger blessed family. And after that, 22nd, 23rd is a special workshop for future youth leader, for our youth leader, for future center leader. So we would like to invite to all our youth. So from Australia. Oh, again, right? Wow, you suddenly can graduate from 7-day workshop, and now another 2 days special 2-day workshop. Are you? Wow, so congratulations. So without knowing, maybe I'm not sure, maybe possible also busy, so maybe you can try the best. 22nd, 23rd, please try to take your time. This is really to strengthen our youth to become future leader. So our young blessed family also, Brother Hong, Brother Chanda will help to organize together. So really need to, from district, from each district, Phnom Penh also YSP, so Sreinat, so please communicate, send them, especially 7-day workshop who graduate or our all member, let them know, and then maybe need to ask permission for 2 days from school, from work or whatever. Maybe try the best to join this special gathering for 2 days. So basically he will talk about the system of leadership or center or church or whatever for half day, and beside that he will go deeper for the practical divine principle. So we learn principle, right? But maybe we feel like only theory. So how to practice? So this he will put more into practice, right? So Asuka also, please, if you can manage your time for 2 days, please join together. It's also good. And then 24, 25, he may go to Siem Reap. So similar time to IPA delegate, the Nepal and IAPP delegate. Also, they have scheduled 24 go to Siem Reap back and forth by air. Only one day go and back. But Reverend Simon Pang 24, 25 maybe by bus. From 25 fly back to Thailand. So he will stay one more day, 26, with spend his time with one of his uncle, the president, chairman of one of university in Bangkok. So this is more education. I think it's really wonderful time together. So tomorrow we have really the main also. I think we need to sing that our President Damian Dankli will arrive tomorrow, 21st November, 8:45 a.m. And also he joined as a delegate of IPA, but in the same time he may have a schedule. We need to sing that. Maybe we can sing schedule that he can be together with our blessed family or whatever. And 23rd evening he will depart to Bangkok. So 8:55 p.m. So 8:55 p.m. He depart back. So really we need to pray for our really unity, especially to support President Damian Dankli and also Dr. Kim Sroy, Vice President. So together as they are representative of our beloved true parents, especially true mother on this earth together. So this is roughly announcement and also invitation to blessed family, invitation to young people also to join today special workshop. So how about you? Do you want to join? Okay, thank you. So this is a roughly announcement. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. បាទអរគុណលោកចម្រើនសុផលប្រធានសហព័ន្ធគ្រួសារសម្រាប់ special announcement ហើយបន្តទៅទៀតយើងនឹងមាននៅបាទ introduce new member. So brother from Philippines, let's welcome him. Please come here. Yeah, you are new to us. You are old to Jason. Just introduce your name and why you come here.
Good morning. Actually, I'm Bernard Vergara. So I just recently came back from to Philippines. So I do mission in Nepal. So after that, I bring my whole shepherd to the Philippines. So I just came to visit Jason. Long time I've never met him. He do mission also in Nepal. So I came from Korea, dropped by here, and going to Philippines. So thank you and good to see you here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Welcome to Cambodia, and he's really miss our brother Jason. So yeah, we come to the end of our program, and thank you so much for joining us, and have a happy Sunday. Thank you.